Hello, Mr. George. How much you pay for the new guy? $20? No, too much money. He's no good operator. He's not doing nothing.
Oh God. What up, everybody? What up? All right. Let me introduce myself, finally. It's been too long without an introduction. I feel like everyone doesn't even know who I am, and I'm not surprised. I'm just a random dude whose podcast name is Mr. George. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Tyler Wagner. I am 28 years old. I live in Houston, Texas. Represent. And I am a superintendent, full-time, build luxury homes out in the Houston area. I own a roofing company that I do on the side. And now I also run this podcast. So now you know who I am, what I do. Let me get into the nitty-gritty. What am I doing here? What is the goal of this podcast? Well, my goal with you guys is to have fun, kind of bring some of my knowledge that I have been absorbing on a day-to-day basis, some of the crazy things that I've been experiencing, maybe not every day, but once a week, once a month. I don't know. Crazy things happen all the time. I know I may run out of things to talk about by myself, so that's why I will always have a guest on this show. The guests are going to be a mixture of small business owners. We might get to the point where we have larger business owners on, but small business owners like myself, Andrew Montavo, who was on here before. I know some other guys who own bigger roofing companies and sheetrock companies, painting companies, just kind of talking to them about how they got to where they're at and hear some crazy stories that they may have to tell. And also I want to bring on a lot of subcontractors that are in the trade, that are in this line of work, that have seen a lot of shit, who have been around the ringer, who know a lot, who can shed some light on some different aspects of what they do and the industry, see their viewpoint on everything. But first and foremost, I want to make sure that everyone's having a good time. And that's the most difficult thing for me right now with this podcast, just getting into it. I put out a couple episodes, just kind of feeling it out, getting used to the editing part of everything. And now I'm trying to see where we're at with it, and I'm getting ideas. I'm getting a lot of good ideas. I'm talking to some people about what I should integrate into this podcast. I'm going to have people calling in. I'm going to have some sweet videos that we're going to be talking about. But mostly, I want it to be more interactive with all you guys. And I want everybody to have a good time. I want it to be fun to listen to. I don't want it to all be lessons learned the whole time. I think knowledge is very important. I think a lot of people that are here listening and watching would like to learn things while they're here, but also at the same time, I'm a huge fan of comedy. I like laughing throughout the day. So we're gonna give it our best shot and see if we can make this a funny, knowledgeable, just good time all around in general. So that's why I always like to have my buddy Andrew Montavo here. He's a pretty good guy. I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of experience under his belt. He's pretty much the perfect candidate for who I want to have on this show. He's really easy to get along with. He's hilarious. He laughs at, most importantly, he laughs at like everything I say, even though I feel like I'm just an idiot most of the time. But I think the guests will really love that. I think the guests that I have on, if they're trying to say something, they're trying to be funny, well, guess what? He'll laugh. He'll laugh at it. And that's what's important. So A little bit about me and my experience and my background and where, why did I even want to do this in the first place? Well, I like to stay busy. I think I can get some really good people on here that y'all would like to listen to, that everyone can relate with. And also, I don't know, I think I have a good idea of what everybody would like, what everybody would like to tune into. And I know what I don't like, but that's just me personally. Podcasts that I don't personally like listening to are things that are just too serious, that are just too much learn and not enough laugh. So I'm going to give it my best shot. Let's see what we can do to shed some light on these trades. I think everyone has a perception of being a blue collar, but behind closed doors, a lot of fun stuff happens. A lot of crazy stuff happens. A lot of crazy stories happen. A lot of crazy customers, a lot of crazy clients, a lot of crazy bosses, a lot of crazy superintendents. Not me, but who knows? I got a long time to go. I guess I still have plenty of time to become crazy, I guess. I don't know. There are some crazy ones out there. I'm not going to lie. But the company I work for has no crazies. We are all decent guys. I mean, I don't hopefully I'm a decent guy. Y'all, what am I even talking about? Of course I'm a decent guy. A little bit more about myself now that everyone's here. We've made it this far. Let me tell you how I got here. It was a long 28 years to get here. First, I was born. Really separates me from a lot of people was that I was born first, and then I started my life. But yeah, I was born, and I did a bunch of random shit until I became a superintendent. Before I started my own business. You're fucking idiot. Let me tell you about myself. Let me tell you about how I got to this point, how Tyler Wagner became a superintendent and a business owner. Okay. It was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of big mistakes, a lot of growing up. That was the hardest part, man, was getting, I didn't go to college. I did not, I was not responsible. I was not a responsible child, and then a responsible teenager, and then I was not. I made a lot of bad mistakes. I had a lot of catching up to do. But it took a lot of hard work to get myself from being an absolute idiot and making all these mistakes to where I'm at now, just a big idiot who makes a lot less mistakes. That's pretty much sums it up. I just, going through real quick, worked at Sonic 5 years, 6 years, something like that. Worked for an electrical company for about a year and a half, a year, 2 years, I don't know. Third job, Sonic maintenance. I've really messed a lot of stuff up there because I thought I was a good electrician. Left there after maybe a year, started building homes. Really, really small, shitty homes. I did everything: plumbing, electrical, framing, sheetrock, floating. Did I say painting? I installed a roof with my bare hands. That was fun. The first one, it was terrible. I probably replaced it already. I started building cabinets out of the garage in this little 1,000 square foot house. I would draw them on the walls, and then I'd build them, and it was beautiful. I did a great job. I probably ruined a lot of it, but it's fine. And these houses were terrible. They were terrible. But it showed me a lot. Showed me ground up. The only thing we did not do was the slab work. Didn't do slab work, but I did everything else. Oh man. After that, I started working in a wood shop, building custom cabinetry, custom furniture. We'd get raw lumber in the shop. I would mill it all down. I would have cut sheets and drawings of custom cabinets, and it took me a long time to learn it all. I got in there doing all the, sweeping the shop, milling material, sweeping the shop, milling material, and just so on and so forth, just nonstop until I earned enough kudos to where, an opening, they had an opening for, I don't remember what happened. Maybe somebody quit in the cabinet section. So they, had a little simple cabinetry that needed to be built. So they said, all right, come on, we'll give you a shot. And well, I exceeded. I did a good job. At that time, while I was working in that wood shop, I started selling fences and building fences by myself. And I would just hire a couple buddies, come on, pay them a couple $100 a day. And we would just break our backs, digging holes, ripping out fences, putting up new fences. It was a pain in the ass, but I was a lot bigger then than I am now. I was a lot more tan, got a lot more vitamin D. So the wood shop ended up getting pretty stale after a while. I was not that I wasn't learning a lot. I learned a ton, but I was getting pretty wore out. So it didn't help that all my buddies were out there selling roofs and they were killing it, having all this free time, fishing all the time. While I'm out there working and sweating and dying, these people are making all this money, not even working. So I quit and I went to go sell roofs. And it was a huge learning curve. I never sold anything besides a fence in my life. I ended up doing pretty good there. Actually, I sold a lot of roofs. I tripled, quadrupled my income that year from whatever I was making in the wood shop, $20 an hour, maybe $18 an hour. Well, started making commissions selling roofs. It worked. And I did that for about a year and a half, 2 years, year and a half. Then I opened up my own roofing company. Started my own roofing company. So I had a roofing company and a fence company at the time. Fences got too dang busy and it scared me and I stopped. I quit. I just said, screw it. I'm not doing this anymore. I couldn't find good help. It was a nightmare trying to get good help. And it was putting such wear and tear on my body, my skinny ass self. I couldn't do it anymore. So I quit fencing and just started my own roofing company. Man, I was on fire. I was like, we're going to do this. We're going to sell some roofs. You got this, man. I was fired up. And then all of a sudden I got a phone call from the company that I work for now saying they need another superintendent and asking if I was interested. So I going from being fired up with my roofing company, thinking I'm about to make $1 million a year trying to sell roofs for myself. Because now I can split commissions. It's all mine now. It's all mine. So I was fired up, man. I saw what I could have been, what the company could have grown to. So I said, why not? I'll go to the interviewed with this company, and they ended up giving me an offer that I couldn't resist. So I took it. And then here we are. I still own my roofing company, and I'm a superintendent. So it was definitely the best thing that ever happened to me. And now you can kind of see where I've come from, seen the challenges that I've gone through. There's a lot of things in between there that we did not talk about. But for the most part, those are the big milestones that we hit along the way until now. Now I've been working for this company for the last 2 years, sold a pretty good amount of roofs, not that many, but a good amount for some side change. And now I'm starting this podcast. And I think y'all might like it. We'll find out. So that's a little bit about me. Next time I'm going to have my buddy on, Andrew Montavo. We're going to beat him down with some questions, see where he came from, hear a little bit about his background, and just kind of show y'all why I want to have him in this podcast, why he's going to be a large part of it. So appreciate you guys for tuning in today. The next one's going to be a lot more fun. We're going to have some fun stuff to do. Like I said, I got big plans. I got big plans for this. I got ideas, man. I really do. It's one thing having an idea, and then there's another thing to bring that idea into life. It's a lot different story. So, subscribe, like the channel, and be a part of the ride with me. See where we go from here. I promise you, it's going to get a lot more fun. We're going to have a lot of really good guests on here, and let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me I suck. Tell me good. Tell me whatever. Bad press is good press. Good press is great press. So maybe be nice. That'd be cool. But yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all even listening if you've made it this far. Thank you guys a lot, for real. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Bye.